I just realized that this looks like I love cappuccino, and I do. I used to be a latte person, but lattes I find are so filling. It's like you're drinking a meal, and they're rich and I love them as well. So, what's the difference between the three of these? Well, I'm a skinny cappuccino person because I like my coffee unsweetened, and I used to drink a lot of dark coffee, black coffee, but as you get older, sometimes it's too acidic. So I started adding milk, and I particularly prefer non-fat or skim milk. So for me, and now I use the plant-based milks, although I'm not saying that they're fat-free or anything. Well, as this one says, it says it's reduced fat and sugar, right? And compared to other brands, this for me is the best. The other brands that have a skinny cappuccino, it's sickly sweet. It just doesn't taste, it doesn't have body. It doesn't, this for me works well. But my caveat is that I do still add my own espresso to this. And I do still add my plant-based milk to this. So it's like a fuller, richer cup. But overall, when drank alone, it is lighter in terms of it's not as robust and as full as I would like it to be. But I buy this all the time. If I want a ready-made cappuccino, I would do this, an immediate, instant one. This, for me, was just me trying out a different flavor. I don't really like commercial cinnamon, so that was a negative for me, but I said, let me just try it. It is, the first sachet I tried, the milk seemed rancid in it. And I wouldn't be surprised because this probably sits on the shelf longer than most kinds of coffees. So that was a turn off, and I found it a little sweet. I've tried it 2 other times, and today there was, and today I felt it was fine. It was no different from these two. No different from these two. There was a slight hint of cinnamon. I had to think about it. I had to say, oh, this is the cinnamon. So do I taste it? There's a hint of it, but it goes unnoticed, especially if you're like me and you're drinking it with your own espresso and your own plant-based milk added. So it's not as strong, which is not bad. It's okay. It's not sickly sweet. It is the same sweetness as these two. This may have the least amount. It's not because I don't like sweet coffee. I don't like my coffee sweetened at all. The creamy cappuccino, it is not, to be frank, these three taste the same to me. These three taste the same. Creamy cappuccino, what would I say? Was it a little sweeter than this? Slightly. So overall, I'm happy in terms of the fact of the amount of sweetener. It is a good amount that it goes unnoticed here, and it's fine over here. Like I say, other brands, oh my goodness, the sugar, it's just out of order. I love House of Coffee's coffee. It took me a while to realize that they were a good brand of coffee. I always was kind of side-eyeing them, skeptical, like, why is this brand of coffee always sitting on this shelf in such abundance? Until I started buying these, and I thought, oh my goodness, it's House of Coffee. And then I thought, okay, let me start trying their actual coffee grinds. So I had to look for them, and occasionally I come across them, and I buy them, and I'm really, really happy with them. And I usually read on my products. I read about the history, if it's family owned, if it's fair trade, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's fair trade or not. I'm not that person. I believe everybody should be given an opportunity to sell their coffee. It doesn't matter, whether it's fair trade or not, or organic or not, or, coffee is coffee is coffee. So overall, they're all worth a try. If you are not a sugar person, this will be your best bet. Although these are not any much different, I found. The sweetener, whatever they sweeten it with, is not overwhelming. It won't kill you. There's a hint of sweetness, which is fine. But this is my favorite. I buy it all the time. I keep it in stock so that if I feel like a cappuccino that I don't have to make myself with my machine, I have an instant cup. Okay, so for somebody who always checks expiration dates, I realize the reason why this didn't taste that great, the expiration date is let me show you, is the 29th of February 2020. So this was expired by the time I bought it, because I bought it only recently. This one that shouldn't taste any better expired on the 11th of May. And this one is probably the best of them all, because my friend bought this for me, 2 of these as a gift. And this is March 2021. So all Best Buy. This is Best Buy, not necessarily expiration, but Best Buy. So this is why this tasted rancid. The one sachet tasted rancid, and I wasn't prepared to try it again, but I did just to be sure that it wasn't me. So from now on, I will be checking the bottom of the box, because usually I check the sides and things like that. But I just noticed this, so that is why this tasted rancid.